Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing the new Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Kengar Ford here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this Sequoia TRD Pro. This particular one is still available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can reach out to them. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a twin-turbo 3.4-liter V6 that's paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission and a hybrid system. Total system output is 437 horsepower and then 583 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, it's super muscular looking, especially since it's raised there on either side, and of course, TRD Pro. Now I've got these cool daytime running lights you guys can see with the headlights. I think it's just a really cool look overall. And then we've got the blacked out grille with the Heritage Toyota logo there in the center. We actually have marker lights here at the top, and then there's a light bar just like the Tundra TRD Pro. And then we do have fog lights here at the very bottom. And putting it all together, the Sequoia TRD Pro looks really cool. So coming around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 285, 65, 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see with the TRD Pro, the wheels are completely blacked out. Now the TRD Pro also has TRD tuned shocks and suspension, Fox brand for the shocks themselves. Got this cool camo print here with the fender flare, and then you guys can see the side step there, and then I like how the mirror cap's actually all blacked out. That's pretty cool. Obviously got the roof rack there at the top as well. And then here's the full side profile on the TRD Pro again. It looks really cool. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock function or lock function, the opening here for the hatch with the Toyota logo there at the bottom, and pop her open. Now popping into the rear, you guys can see that there's not a lot of space behind the third row. And then we've got Toyota's cargo shelf thing that you can move up onto these different parts, and then with the third row you can fold it down with those little buttons right there. And with that being said, when you're all done, just press that and then it'll lower things down. So here are the tail lights. I love the design, and then you guys can see Sequoia there at the bottom, and then we've got parking sensors here at the very bottom and got the two exhaust tips. Putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the new Sequoia, but I think that Toyota did a really good job with the styling. Now popping into the rear, you guys can see we've got a sunshade here for the rear passengers, tons of red stitching throughout as well. More red stitching on the seats, and then we've got the camo there in the center, and it's all perforated. Legroom here in the back is actually really good. We've got a little storage pocket, some cup holder action, and then you can see we've got our own climate zone and then some charging ports. And then headroom in the second row is also good. Now the third row actually gets sunshades. Legroom, it's okay. Your legs are kind of raised up because the floor is higher here. Headroom also kind of cramped because of that. And then the seats back here have red stitching, but they're just not as cool looking. Now taking a look at the front door panel, again, we've got all of the red stitching, and then you guys can see we've got our window controls here, and then we've got our mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in, we've got memory seats, and then blind spot monitoring. And then you can see we've got more red stitching here, TRD Pro, camo print all down the center. And for those of you wondering, we've got 1,315 pounds of payload capacity. Really cool looking pedals right there. And then you got your heated steering wheel button here, like gas cap release. You've got that to turn on the outlets, and then you've got that for the light bar. And then the steering wheel itself is manually adjustable. Now the steering wheel with the Sequoia has the golf ball texture all around, which looks really cool and it feels really cool in your hands. And you got a marker there at the top, and then TRD here at the bottom. This does come with adaptive cruise control as well as lane departure assistance. Got controls for the center stack, turn signal light stock, windshield wiper stock. So we've got this full digital gauge cluster here in the center, which although it looks somewhat outdated with the graphics, I actually think it's really cool overall. And then we can scroll through some different menus there on the one side. And then you can also see your drive modes here. So we've got these on-road modes. There's also a bunch of off-road modes with the multi-terrain select, and there's a tow haul mode. Now the new Sequoia does come with a 360 camera system, and you know, the view out of this is actually really solid overall, the resolution, all of that. And then this has Toyota's new infotainment system, which is gigantic. Response time with it's pretty good. It does take a second for some of the pages to load up, but overall with the shortcut bar and everything, it's really easy to use. So down below we've got our volume control there for the radio, dual zone climate. We also have the climate zone in the rear, heated and ventilated seats. And then we've got this for your trailer backup, camera view button, your stability control, hazard lights, locking differential for the rear, and then your auto hold, parking brake. And then here's the shifter, the TRD shifter, pretty cool with the red on it. Driveline select, so this has 2-wheel high, 4-wheel low, no 4-wheel auto. And then our drive mode select with our tow haul mode, multi-terrain select, and then your hail descent control slash crawl control. This also has a wireless phone charging pad, got some more cup holder action here under that trim piece. And then you got the window center console, which is pretty nifty there. And then we've got our glove box, pretty normal. I do love the Toyota logo right there. And then up top we do have a rear view camera mirror, and then we've got a full panoramic sunroof. Okay, well, we are setting off here in the Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro, and we'll start off with the visibility. So here's your visibility through both of the mirrors and throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, yeah, we're officially setting off here. So first off, I want to mention that the seats in the TRD Pro are really comfortable. I actually had one of these as a tester for a week. I got it stuck in a pit of mud. We did get it pulled out by some Jeeps, but we did discover that not having tow hooks is a real issue here on the TRD Pros. But getting up, I actually really like this powertrain. Just the regular, you know, obviously the Sequoia only has a hybrid, but just the regular version that's in the Tundra without the hybrid, I like that too. It has a really nice torquey feel to it. And like I said, I don't know, I'm just a fan. And I think it sounds pretty good too for a twin turbo V6. It's got like a nice muscular sound to it. So we got it in the sport mode here now. Yeah, it's like beefy with the sound. This thing's actually pretty quick for how big it is. I mean, this is a huge 3-row SUV, and it gets up and moves. It really does. Now some other stuff, ride quality is actually pretty good. Obviously the Fox shocks help out quite a bit with the ride, and the bigger all-terrain tires also help out as well. And I've seen quite a few people put like even bigger tires on this, like lift them a little bit and put like 35s and stuff. I love the power on this. It's really good. Steering wheel also feels really good in your hands. And so, yeah, I guess we'll kind of sum things up here and I guess give some of my hot takes on the Sequoia TRD Pro. So first off, I think it looks fantastic on the outside. I think it accelerates really well. I'm looking for the drive mode select. I think the interior is great. Obviously, there's tons of plastic. But here's the thing that I've kind of realized is Toyota puts a lot of plastic because plastic is really durable and lasts a long time. And so that's kind of like Toyota's whole thing is, instead of, you know, like this is nice padded, but like this up here, you're never gonna touch this. It looks the part, right? It has the kind of texture of leather, even though obviously it's hard to touch plastic, but also it's gonna look like this in 20 years and in 200,000 miles, right? So that's kind of the benefit of all the plastic they use. I understand that part of it. Things I don't like, ground clearance. I mean, this only has like 9 inches of ground clearance. This is supposed to be an off-road SUV. 9 inches, you know, 30 years ago was fine. But in today's world, where, you know, freaking Ford Maverick Tremor, right, has 9 inches of ground clearance, it's just not enough. This has literally, that little pickup truck thing has more ground clearance than this Sequoia TRD Pro. Aside from that, the third row and the cargo area, I think it's just like serious. Like, I understand that, I'm pretty sure like the battery packs and everything for the hybrid systems back there, I understand why that's happened. But at the same time, I feel like Toyota could have done a little bit more to make that more usable, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to own one of these, but it's just not going to work for their family because of the setup back there. Aside from that, I think it's a pretty cool vehicle overall. I think $80,000 is a lot of money for the interior you're getting with this, and again, the lack of capability. Like, yeah, again, I know this isn't a vehicle this technically competes against, but Ford Bronco Raptor, right? That's about as expensive as this, actually more expensive now. But I mean, that has 37-inch tall tires, and you could literally take that anywhere on the planet. Whereas, like, I got stuck in a little puddle of mud with this thing, so yeah. Let me know what you guys think about the Sequoia TRD Pro. I think this thing looks fantastic. I do think, however, Toyota could have done a little bit more with this vehicle.